The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Sports Collective Media and Morris Media Studios present Sports Collective TV. On today's lineup, the LA Chargers, Phillip Rivers, looking to take down the Kansas City Chiefs, and they did with a 2-point conversion to go ahead and close out the victory there and keep their hopes alive to get home field. But hey, the Cowboys don't know what happened there last night against the Colts, but hey, that's the type of game you had there. We'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit later. But hey, Kirk Cousins, the Minnesota Vikings, keeping their hopes alive for the wild card. Cousins to Diggs, and Diggs showing you his type of moves. There he goes.
Do that dance.
Oh, yeah. Then we move on to the GOAT that I say is Tom Brady against the Pittsburgh Steelers, looking for the last second hope, and no
Not
good.
Today.
And there goes Ferran Steelers stealing one finally from Tom Brady. But hey, last night the Eagles took down the LA Rams here across the street at the LA Coliseum, showing them guns there. But hey, the Lakers and LeBron looking amazing. Saturday night, LeBron and Lonzo Ball triple doubles for the first time. Teammates since 2007 with Jason Kidd and Vince Carter. But hey, guess what? Sports Collective TV starts right now.
Wow. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Ferran, a.k.a. WDC. I want to thank you for listening in. Well, you just seen the highlights. Fredo, man.
Man.
Killing it, man.
Hey, man. Hey, thank you very much. But hey, it's not me. It's the highlights. It's the content that the NFL is providing for us, man. It's very amazing. Very exciting. But hey, we got a lot to talk about today.
What's up, yo?
Look who's here.
Welcome back.
But
welcome.
You know what?
What?
We always wanted somebody to do the highlights like that. High five, homie. We actually even have a contest out there that if you can do the highlights,
you got to beat that right now.
You got people can create videos and they
that's gonna be tough to beat.
You know,
that's gonna be tough to beat right there.
Hey, man, there it is. Hey, but it's been an exciting weekend so far.
So I tell you what, you want to put a contest? We'll just put this on there, and you can sizzle reel this one right here. If you can outbeat my boy, you got to get his seat. If you can come get his seat,
this one right here,
you get this seat right here.
How come not this seat right here?
Oh, hey, no, that's permanent right there. That's permanent.
Not on yet, but Mac Deasy right at the next.
Oh man!
But no, that's up. So yeah, we gonna put that out. Sports Collective Media. If you can send in a sizzle reel to us, inbox either on Facebook or
hit us up. Sports Collective Media.
Hit us at Morris
Instagram.
Media Studios Live. And send that in, and you might get a shot to have your. But how many minutes is that? 8?
That's about a minute.
A minute.
Yeah, a minute and 10.
But they'll hang on with the whole deck, though.
Yeah.
If you earn that spot, you get for the whole day.
For the night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And we'll buy you some pizza or something.
Yeah. And Big L owes some gelato here, so Big L, you better bring that gelato over.
Oh, yeah, we can't wait till that segment.
Don't rely on him.
It's just like Aaron Rodgers, or you can rely on him.
Hey, if you've been checking the social media, this has been a 2-year
in the making
interview from Mr. America's Jones from the LABC.
I don't know what we did to actually finally bring him in here.
It was Don. Don inspired that. Yeah, Don inspired that.
Because we were talking about Jesus.
Inspiration.
Because last time Don was here, we got on the Lord a little bit.
All of the above. All of the above. There it is.
Okay. All right. It must have been Don's smile. That's what it was.
That catches everybody.
Because America's got a chin tap, boy. Hey.
So after this quick segment here, I'm going to be bringing up America's. We're going to have a one-on-one session real quick for a few minutes. Then I'm going to invite the rest of the deck up here to ask some questions. But I've been excited to have this interview, man. I mean, just when I found him on Instagram and what this league was doing, and then what we created in that short span of doing the play-by-play, man, Fredo came up with that idea, doing the play-by-play. I just wanted to get the interviews from the basketball players. Fredo was like, man, we could call a game. And I was like,
man, that's some amazing talent. This is an amazing league.
Man,
And I just want that Instagram hit.
He only in it for the hits.
Yeah, I'm just in for the hits. Eyeballs.
So we got that segment coming up, and then we got another.
We got some showdown. We got an invited guest. He's not even a guest. He's just part of the crew.
He's been on the injured reserve list.
Yeah, he's been on the injured reserve list, and we finally brought him out. So he's in here. Big Luwop is in the building. So we'll go ahead and get to him a little bit later. And we do have a lot of great stuff to talk about. Specifically in all the sports.
I know they bunk beds. We ain't gonna forget.
Yeah. Right. Okay. We got X's and O's down here too. But yeah, we got a good show today, man. I'm excited because Americus is in the building. What's up, Americus?
So let's take this break and let's bring up Americus. We'll be right back. This is Sports Collective TV. Make sure you check us out 323-293-3375. If you got any questions you want to shout us out, it's supposed to count.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Many families are impacted by sickle cell disease and sickle cell trait because they are just not aware of the impact of the disease that affects people of color and diverse backgrounds. Join us, be in service with others as we raise awareness on how to identify issues and resources for direct treatment for sickle cell trait. Join us as we support and empower families and individuals with education and information addressing these issues related to sickle cell disorder. Come out and get educated. Visit us online and learn more. WDCONSCT.org. Sponsorship opportunities are available.
All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Farhan, a.k.a. WDC. Again, I want to thank you for listening in. As again, you've been checking the social media. Finally, after 2 years of meeting this guy online, Americus Jones. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Thank you for finally coming out, man, to wrap up the year in sports with us. How's that?
It's good. It's good. I'm glad to be here.
Cool deal, man. So let's just go straight into it, man. Who was Americus growing up, man? Where's this guy from?
Americus Jones. I actually was born in St. Louis. Came out here when I was young. I played basketball. My first sport was actually football.
What?
So I actually played football. Fun fact, I actually played football for Denzel Washington's team.
What?
So Ice Cube was in there, the South Valley Panthers.
Yeah.
So that was my first.
What age was that?
I must have been around about 10.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 9 or 10. So it was pretty cool playing for
what
Coach
position?
Washington. Running back.
What? You got your bell rang?
A couple times, But back then, it's like, when you play, you was lineman, quarterback, running back. So it was a little bit of everything, but it was definitely fun.
And then what was the sport after that?
Definitely basketball. I played basketball my whole life. I went to school at Birmingham High School.
Okay.
I was a freshman. Wasn't that good. Didn't really know. That's my first time playing organized basketball. And then...
so you was better at the recreational game?
I was better. Well, I played in elementary school.
Okay.
In junior high school, I just kind of played in the streets. But like come high school, it was like, I had to learn how to actually do a layup, how to box out, the actual skills behind playing basketball. So... once freshman year didn't do too well. Mm-hmm. Sophomore year, I was like, I want to be the MVP. and that happened.
What did you do between those 2 years?
A lot of video watching. So what I would do is back then we had the VCR cassette tape. So I would, watch Kobe, watch a lot of Duke. It's one of my favorite basketball teams. A lot of North Carolina, a lot of older games, just to kind of learn the footwork and the correct way to play defense.
Yeah.
So after I did that and just, continuously going to the local parks and playing with the older guys and getting better that way, then I eventually...
Hold on. So did that basketball life keep you out of the streets?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely, because it was like any given minute or any extra moment I was at the courts.
Yeah.
Hop fences to play basketball, do whatever I had to do to get the job done. In my sophomore year, I was MVP. Oh. So
the discipline, you had to establish a different type of discipline, I imagine.
Oh, most definitely. Just playing every day and being focused on what I want to achieve. So that I carried that on to this very day.
Did your environment give you any kind of challenges?
Luckily my mom did a good job of kind of keeping us in the positive area, what have you. It was more of me wanting to create a name for myself. I played with Jordan Farmar.
Okay.
So always playing against Jordan makes you better. So I wanted to be up there with Jordan. So meaning working my tail off just to get there. So
I know Cali sportsmen. We talk about chasing the hoop dreams. Mm-hmm. Did you have any in high school when you started playing? Where was your goals? College?
I wanted to go to the NBA, just like everybody else. Wanted to go to the NBA. My junior and senior year, I went to school in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. So that's a small town called Kannapolis, where the population is probably like, it's low.
Somebody in the audience say 300.
It's low, but definitely got a lot of love out there. I learned to put everything I learned from the West Coast and bring it to the East Coast and play, which got me a lot of minutes and kind of separated me a lot from the rest.
What do you equate your mental toughness from?
Definitely my mom. She was a single mom raising me. She pulled a lot of stunts to keep me and my little brother out of trouble, and just wanting to be, my mom had me when she was like 18.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to say, what my mom sacrifices to be for a meaning. So therefore, anything I do, I want to make sure I give it 110%, just to kind of, keep our family on the map. Since it's really, it's really a tight knit between me and my half brother.
Okay. How about your pops? Was there no relationship? Or
no relationship. I met my dad for the first time about 4 years ago.
Okay.
So he actually found me on Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was. I shed a tear. You know what I mean? I didn't really know what to expect. Like I didn't know what he looked like, and then to see that I was nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know how to take that on. So, I scheduled a ticket to go see him.
No kidding.
And it was definitely eye opening because the first time I met him, I just remember walking down the stairs because in St. Louis. Uh-huh. So St. Louis, they have like this deck under because they like tornadoes and stuff like that. Yeah, so I just remember walking down those stairs and he was sitting, like I was coming from behind him.
Nah.
And he looked at me. We looked in each other's eyes. It was just kind of like he didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. And I remember we just had our first real conversation, and he couldn't look me in my eyes. Like, he was really fidgety. And
was there any forgiveness at that point, or are you guys still working that out?
Well, it's tough. Just because I realized, because there was a lot of stories on why I get too personal, but there's a lot of stories on why my mom left my dad.
Oh yeah, so, I can imagine. My parents' stories didn't match. Yeah. I asked my mom one story, and my dad did not match. It was two different stories.
Exactly.
So you don't know who to believe, so you forgive them both. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, just whatever it takes. Just forgive.
Yeah.
So and then then I found out he was an alcoholic.
Okay.
So and the only time he would really open up is when he was under the influence.
Yeah.
So it was definitely an eye opener.
That's good, man. That sounds like a healing process happening right there.
Yeah.
So let's move forward. So high school, 12th grade, college. What was next?
So high school, I played at A.L. Brown, which is a school in Kannapolis. I didn't really know how the whole circuit worked as far as the AAU and how, other ways to get exposure. So I wasn't recruited at all in high school. And then after my senior year, I moved back out to Los Angeles to live with my mom and to kind of help out the family. And then I registered for Northridge. And then basketball was just kind of like, put on the back burner. I still wanted to be part of it some way, but I just didn't know how. And at that time, it was like, let me provide.
Get your education
out
the way.
Get the education right. And,
what did you study in?
Sociology.
Okay.
So studied sociology, got my degree. And then shortly after that, I started doing the basketball league.
Okay.
So I ran in a lot of basketball leagues, and then I just got.
So how did you? What did that? That was still that love, that chase.
It was still the love. You know what I mean? Because it was always in the back of my mind, but it was just it's something that I wanted to stay in touch with. Mm-hmm. So I started the league. We actually started the league at the Union Rescue Mission on Skid Row.
Whoa.
So that was about a little over 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So we started there, and there was, I didn't know which direction the league was going to go. I just know I wanted to do a league, and I wanted to, enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So our first league was kind of, it was kind of rocky. We had a lot of people, from the neighborhood. We actually had a homeless team there. Anytime we were there, we tried to make sure we put one homeless team there just to kind of give them an outlet.
Of course.
To play basketball and get off the streets for a little bit. And then it was okay. Then I was kind of contemplating if I should do it again. Mm-hmm. So second year was just crazy. I think we had like 12 teams and
it exploded.
It exploded. So that's what made me believe like, okay, I may really have something here.
Where did you get the name? I mean, it's obvious, but how did you score that name?
I remember I was sitting on my mom's couch, and I was like, what should I call this league? And then my mom was like, I don't know, call it something, And then one of my mentors was like, why don't you just call it the Los Angeles Basketball Challenger League or something like that? And I was like, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
So I did
straight to the point.
Straight to the point. So I did Los Angeles Basketball Challenge.
Okay.
That's what it was named first, and then as time went on, we changed it to Los Angeles Basketball Club.
Okay.
So.
Cool deal, man.
Yeah.
You do so much in your league as far as the exposure. I mean, you've given opportunities to guys to play in Mexico, just recently in Taiwan. Talk about that real quick before we go to this.
It was, what happened was I had the league. This was when we were still at the Union Rescue Mission. And I was like, I'd like to give these guys, an opportunity to go overseas. And that's when I had a couple guys I was looking at, like Wesley Harris. I believe he's been on.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna help you get. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna help you get some kind of exposure. So we had a couple agents. Got some agents to come and check out the league, and they grabbed a couple of players. Wes was included. However, when we was in contact with each other, some of the stuff they were saying was a little unethical.
Okay.
And like, I don't want my players, they really barely have enough money to pay ref fees. Coughing up $300 for something bogus. You know? So, like, no, I'm good. So, and then they came up with the idea, well, maybe I should go get my license and try to help them out myself.
Oh.
So, flew to Miami, took the test, passed it. And then I just started reaching out to agents like, hey, can you teach me the ropes? One thing led to another. I met someone, John Solomon, that pretty much, gave me the opportunity to, get these guys jobs and, help them get overseas and things like that. So,
how does that make you feel when you accomplish that, man?
Man, I want to say, cause when we went to Taiwan, we went to Mexico, that was cool. But when we went to Taiwan, that's when it really set in. Like, man, this is
real deal.
Big, like just to see, people like Wes and Chris and Tulio, just because they've never really been out the country. Mm-hmm. at all. Just all of us witnessing that and seeing the things together. That meant everything to me. All the hard work and everything like that was.
Then did you coached, right? Were you? I
did a little coach. I made my little coaching debut out there. So it's cool, man. I'm just glad. Like I said, I was able to get that opportunity.
And how did that end up wrapping up for the league, LABC League being out there?
It was good. I mean, we just trying to get more like international presence. Mm-hmm. Working on more countries to try to get these guys exposures and get us into more tournaments. So, we can get these guys a genuine opportunity to, fulfill their dreams.
And lastly, you had a tournament at the Staples Center. Cali Sportsman and myself, we got together with the station and sponsor, and you guys ended up winning that chip.
Yep.
How was that?
That was cool, considering I played on 2 teams.
I was like, how you playing on 2 teams, yo?
So my goal was, because we played in the thing for like 5 or 6 years and always lost.
Yeah.
So that tournament is like special to me. Like if you see my like 3 months before, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm got the Rocky music going on. So that tournament was means a lot to me because I really enjoy playing that tournament. So my thing was I wanted to get 2 championships. And at the same time, so
no, that's cool. But you played both games though.
Yeah, I played both games and we was done with this one, going to the other one,
and that was like 2 days.
It was 2 days, and then we had to check on the girls.
Yeah, because the girls. Yeah, we sponsored the girls too.
Yeah. We wanted to check on them, see how they're doing. They did pretty good, and it was just a big good event.
Jeez, man, we're gonna take this break because I want to bring the rest of the crew up here, man, because I know they got questions for you. Where can people find you at on social media, man?
Instagram, LABC League, Facebook, LABC Jones, and LABCLeague.com.
Cool deal. All right, this is Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Ferran. WDC, man, thank you, man, for coming out.
Oh, no worries.
Don't go nowhere because the crew's got some stuff for you for the rest of the show, man. So we're going to be right back. Sports Collective TV, MorrisMediaLive.com. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh, man, that shot was cold, man.
I hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Yeah. Exhaustion, muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn, are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. Do you know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army, 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org.
Bless you.
All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. Again, I'm Ferran, aka WDC. Again, this is such a pleasure to have Americas here. I initially met Americas, and my goal was to interview the players from his league. I mean, that was one of the things we were going to start on our show, was create a segment to interview those basketball players. Again, Cali Sportsman had the topic or the segment, Chasing Hoop Dreams, and it just fit. So I reached out to him. We talked about it, and then as I was working out, getting some guests, Fredo came aboard, and Fredo was like, man, I used to do play-by-play at the college, blah, blah, blah. We could pull it off. I was like, what? And so here we are. I mean, go ahead, Fredo. What?
Well, Americus, welcome. Finally, after years in the making, we have Americus back in here. But man, so we got a chance to meet over the year. Amazing basketball league that we all got to experience, especially that championship game, that Final Four championship game you guys had. It was amazing. I don't think we've seen. I mean, for myself, watching the competition and the excitement that it took all the way to the last second, and I mean, it was an amazing game. I know we all had a great experience covering the game and covering your Final Four there. I mean, what else can we expect from you guys this upcoming year with the LABC League?
We always try to, do something different. That's always been our competitive advantage. Just try to top what we did last year. We got a couple things. Our goal is to try to get into the Staples Center. So we're working on a couple, a couple connects with that. Also want to do more tournaments. Yeah. Are
you trying to stay local, or because I know you're trying to get Mexico put together?
Yeah, we're still international. That's going to be our number one. We're always going to try to stay on the international tip and try to get guys jobs. But
man, you're doing a good job with that. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you. But just trying to stay local as well. Try to give back to the community. I want to actually use LABC as a platform to help people. That's the main premise of the whole league, is to try to create something where people are getting more out of it than just basketball.
Yeah.
So,
and that's something that again, that we've talked about, having some kind of a tournament or a shootout or a 3-on-3 or something.
Creating some sort of
with the youth. I mean, we got Oscar here that's in communication that works with youth. We got Cali Sportsman with the program, so we're looking to partner with you in some direction and have like a little
charity event, some charity stuff we can get back.
Or they could play against us.
Yeah. Take on Ferran. Ferran got some skills back there.
Sports Collective crew. I got threes coming from overseas.
There it is. Now Cali Sportsman got the post-up game back there.
Oh, yeah, you ain't stopping that. Yeah, and Big Al play against the little girls in the park.
You can catch Big Al at Venice Beach every Sunday. He's balling
and
up
I'll just stay running around.
Hey, send a screen, Oscar. Send me a screen. But yeah, man. So we talked about a little bit about the LABC and what's going on. Are you guys? Because I know you guys are doing collabs also with other leagues, right?
Been in contact with Don, with his project. P Free. So we've been in contact with him and Don from Pac Rim as well. So Michael from Undisputed. So we've been looking to get together and combine, because in the past we never really kind of stepped out that way. It was always LABC. So we did like a collaboration with Mike Mandel from Undisputed, to where we kind of worked with each other. And that was my first time, and I was a little nervous because I never really worked with anyone outside, and it went well. So when both Dons hit me, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. I like what you guys stand for. You guys are making a lot of noise out, so I definitely want to be a part of what you guys have going on.
Yeah, well, now let's welcome to the other side of this camera that you guys did not see there. But we got Don here. Don Ferran.
TV magic. TV magic.
Bingo. There it is.
Just a color thing.
But I know Don got some questions for you.
Yeah, just speaking about what Americus was talking about is that a few of us got together, Don, myself, and then Don from Pac Rim. And
so many Dons are you guys?
I didn't meet anybody until the last couple weeks. And America's all trying to get together and support what each other's doing and change the game, because a lot of people, the leagues have been competing in the past, and there's enough ballers and playing on different nights that we're not really competing. There's always opportunities. A lot of the guys that play in my league play in Americas and Undisputed, so they're just playing every night. So, there's ways that we could build up, and we're trying to do Tournament of Champions, so some big things in the work, and some leagues from up north, like McFarland League, that want to collaborate on some things, and we both have the same mindset as far as getting guys to the next level. So that's kind of another collaboration that we'll be working on in the future.
And I'm actually glad to hear this happening within leagues, because like you were saying, a lot of times you compete with one another and it kind of defeats the purpose of what we're really trying to do, get these guys to where they want to go. Mm-hmm. And so to hear that you're putting that, you're still competing to grow, but not against each other, right? You're competing against everything else that's preventing these guys from getting to where they want to go. Mm-hmm. So the fact, like, tournament champions, just off the bat, that sounds interesting. Taking, I
want to watch it. When does it start?
You're not watching. You're doing play-by-play.
All right. Exactly. I'll say it. But
then I'll put it like this. I put $5,000 up on sponsoring the next program.
That's recorded.
Right, that's recorded.
That's on the record.
On the record. Y'all want to sit around the table and talk, you know what I'm saying, and put something together. Sports Collective Media. Let's put $5,000 on the table and let's come up with something that can make something work.
Okay. That's hot.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Come on, Pac Rim. You hear that?
Y'all watching?
Yeah, get him on tape.
Hey.
Hold this man accountable.
I'm ready to call some great basketball. I'm ready to see some great basketball here.
Yes, sir.
And just talking about, we're trying to do the same thing as far as getting connections, and part of it was seeing Wes go to China, and Wes is one of my favorite dudes, and there's some guys in our league that just haven't had the opportunity to go to the next level or just be noticed, and we're trying to build connections. So where did you first go for that, and where was your first I know you reach out to agents and such, but where's your first connection?
And my first connection, like I said, I just went on the FIBA list and just went to different agents and reached out to them, the ones that was local. So I went through, a lot of ones that was just kind of, I don't want to say slime balls, but just kind of, weren't very ethical.
For sure.
And then I had one, which is John Solomon. I hit him up. He said, "Yeah, we'll work." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm ready to work now."
Right.
So 2 years later, he had called me saying that he needed a women's team to go to China, and then we got on the phone. Actually, Josh K was able to help me get a team to go to China and play there. And ever since then, it's just he's been calling me. We've been working together and building relationships and. Making guys' dreams come true.
Nice. And that's what's up. Like, all these guys have the heart to go. And then how do you approach the guys that have the heart but not necessarily the skills? How do you go about that?
It's tough just because, you want to give everybody an opportunity.
Yeah.
You don't want to crush anyone's dreams. However, when I get that, I kind of tell them, okay, look, it's a little bit more than just you having the skills to play. It's mental. It's not easy. Like, I know guys that can easily talent wise go, however, mentally they're not there. So before I have them go out and make a fool of themselves or make a fool of me, I'll just say, you know what, maybe we can work on that just to kind of move forward. But it is tough.
And I just have one more question, and it's completely off basketball related, but I'm in the same boat. I never met my dad. Mm-hmm. I know his first name. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's either Guy or Guy. I always joked with my mom having a booty call. She hated that when she was alive. But and I know you were able to meet your dad, mm-hmm. and you said he was an alcoholic, but you're still thankful mm-hmm. that you did meet him. Mm-hmm. What's your relationship now with him, if there's any?
There's no relationship. It was to the point to where he would call on my birthday. However, his wife or girlfriend would do the mediating, okay. And while he was under the influence, so it was just like that point. I was like, you know what? Nah, this isn't where it's supposed to go. So
I had a question. So you talked about how you were an athlete growing up and you're on that side of sports, and then now you're more on the management. What have you learned from this side over the years that you could teach someone that might be America's coming up?
Just to be patient. Just take advantage of every situation you can. Because the thing is, like I said, I waited 2 years to get my break. And when you get that break, make sure you capitalize on it. Like when he said, I need a team to go to China by next Wednesday, that's like, okay, this is my chance. Because I was always taught in order to be, taught to be successful, the people that you're idolizing, I guess you should say, find something they need help in.
Okay.
And whatever they need, you make sure you're there to capitalize on it and make it happen. So therefore, they're able to teach you more, and that's exactly what I did when he gave me, I want to say the option, but when he told me to go find that women's team.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of times when we're looking for mentors, some of us feel we're kind of like entitled to their knowledge. But it's a great point you made. If you could find a mentor where you could make it easier for them, where they can find time to talk to you, it's like, how can you not deny someone that's out here, trying to make their life a little bit easier, just to listen to what they're doing, because that's the same approach I took with any of my mentors. At first, these are people that have a lot of knowledge, right? And you're just trying to come to them, to gain it.
Yeah.
But it's like they have to find, okay, what am I getting from it? Even though they might not want something from it, but to see that effort, hey, you're trying to earn this knowledge, earn this time, instead of feeling, I just want it because I could use it.
That's true.
Yeah, and when I wish I had a mentor when we first started, because there's a lot of mistakes I did, and you have to weed through it, and now, probably in the same boat, like people are hitting you up, how do you start a league? In our case, start a sports ministry, people from Brazil, and it's crazy how quickly it grows and gets the word out, and some shady individuals come along, and you have to weed through those, and definitely differentiate one versus the other. And how have you got to that?
It's been tough. I've had guys from Canada, from Ireland, from Europe.
What about Switzerland? Where's Switzerland at?
we haven't
coming up next.
Yet. But okay, if you do this, then you cough up this amount of money, then we can make it happen. So as soon as I start hearing little verbiage like that, I'm like, okay, you know what, it's good, but
you gotta watch out.
We'll watch out. Nipping in the bud.
Well, that's a lot of great stories, a lot of great stuff that you're getting ready to put the LABC on another level as well. So don't go away. We're going to go ahead and keep Americus in here right now as well. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next segment here once we come back. If you saw last week's show, we had an amazing caller, amazing guest, and Luop called it, and I challenged him. I'm like, Luop, come out here, man. I need you to come out on the desk. I don't want you on the phone. I need you on the desk, Luop. And that's what's coming up next right now. So don't go away. Give us a call, 323-293-3375. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. Sports Collective.
Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Welcome back to Sports Collective TV. The long-awaited debate is here between your two boys, Fredo, The Truth, and your boy, Luop, second part of the Bunk Beds. Yes. If you want to chime in and be part of this debate, please give us a call at 323-293-3375. But before we waste too much time, I want to get straight into this. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to throw out a few topics, some NBA, some NFL, maybe some MLB. You guys got 30 seconds each. State your points. I'm going to break it off if it gets too personal. No insulting each other's family members. None of that.
I'll be sitting down. I'm
Excellent.
I'm sitting
Excellent.
down.
We're
chilling. I just talk the truth. So you're going to get a lot. If you can handle the truth, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
The truth. Shots fired. Shots fired. So without any more debate, I'm going to get straight into this, guys. We had an interesting NFL Sunday.
Yes, we did.
The Cowboys took quite a beating to the Colts, keeping them scoreless. Luop, what's your take on that?
Using truth knowledge, that truth logic, I would have to say the Colts are now what? Super Bowl contenders?
No, they're not.
If they beat the Cowboys, who beat the Saints, who beat the Rams, who beat the Chiefs, who lost to the Chargers, who lost to the Broncos, who lost to the Niners?
Mm-hmm.
So who's the best team? All of a sudden, if the Cowboys all of a sudden got shut down by the Colts.
Cowboys,
who got shut down by the Jaguars, by the way.
You picked the Cowboys to go to the NFC Championship.
Over his team, by the way. Over his team, who's still in the hunt.
Of course, thank you for mentioning that. We are in the hunt, and let's just talk. Okay, we were going to go ahead and talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been the hottest team over the past 6 weeks. Ever since, I know you might be a little salty because they took Amari Cooper, which is your wide receiver.
You got a first-round draft pick, puppy.
Yeah, you got a first-round draft pick, but Amari Cooper, Zeke, and Dak Prescott are the hottest thing in the NFL right now. Yeah, I'm saying that you're looking at Amari Cooper, even Michael Irvin, the wide receiver from the Dallas Cowboys, the Hall of Famer. He even said, Amari Cooper right now is way better than what I am, and he's looking at him as being the next superstar in the Cowboys. If you see that star that's on the helmet, that's what he is.
Ooh, moving on. Good take, Fredo. I want to.
Let me 10 seconds. Let me 10 seconds. 10 seconds. The Cowboys all of a sudden losing to the Colts. I don't see how in the what have you done for me lately league that it is. It's the whoever's going in hot. A loss to the Colts getting shut down by a team who had just gotten shut down by the Jaguars. What does that make you look like?
Yeah, but you got.
Where was Amari Cooper? Where was Dak Prescott? Where was Zeke?
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to the Colts. You got to give a lot of
interesting debate topic. For Fredo, your Vikings just made the Miami Dolphins look quite foolish in their game.
Yeah, they did.
Are the Vikings for real?
Of course they are. And wait, give me a second. Let me at least start. Look,
he's got 30 seconds.
Even though we were playing one of the worst defenses in the league in the Miami Dolphins, every time the Vikings play at home, that they look, everyone notices like they look amazing. Scoring 41 over the 30s. We average over 30 points at home. So, we're still a very good team. We're still in the hunt because, Big Lou brought it up earlier today. We are in the hunt. And I'm still looking into a very good ending of the season because now that we're looking at the Rams, the Saints are still kind of hot. The Cowboys are up and down. The only team that scares me is the New Orleans Saints.
Lewis, what's up with the
That's
Vikings?
the only team that scares you is
in the NFC.
What about the Cowboys? All of a sudden, the Cowboys aren't in the NFC.
Scary.
So the Cowboys just this last segment.
The Cowboys, as a Vikings fan, doesn't scare me. Yeah, we did defeat the Cowboys last year. We did.
Last year, we're talking last year.
No, I'm talking about the last time
and they just beat the Rams, by the way. So how are you just
who beat the Rams?
The Eagles. They're the Super Bowl champs. So you're not going to give them any credit. All of a sudden.
Oh, of course.
So how many teams are there? How many of these teams are making it to the Super Bowl from the NFC? Because I got like 4 teams from you right now.
4. Count them.
Hold on.
I said 2.
Are the Vikings making the playoffs?
Of course.
Who are they beating in the playoffs?
I don't know. Let's wait until we get there.
There's all these teams.
How do you know they cannot beat anybody in the playoffs? How do you know that?
You're telling me the Cowboys are legit. The Saints scare you.
Well, so you're telling me that out of 32 teams, only one team's legit, and the other 31 are trash?
No, I'm saying you.
That's what I'm telling you. Some teams are legit. Some teams aren't. Some teams are great.
Stick to your guns.
Right, well, I'm sticking to it. Let's wait until we get there.
Got 2 more weeks of football to come, so we'll see what happens. But guys, who's the NFL MVP, Fredo?
Carmelo
Anthony, that's right.
In the NFL, at this point, I was gonna give it to Todd Gurley, but over the last 2 weeks, he does not deserve it after what he's done. But you got to give it to Drew Brees. I think there's nobody else in the NFL that right now is in Drew Brees. You got to give it to Drew Brees. At the age that he's doing, the stuff that he's doing at this age, if you look at it,
I get it.
All right. Lou, what you got?
His truth is like Donald Trump's truth. That's that BS truth. Because the truth is, who's doing better than Drew Brees? My homie Patrick Mahomes. That's who's doing better than Drew Brees. Okay. Statistically, he's doing. And if he breaks the record for the most touchdowns, which he gets the Raiders, and that's my hometown team. But I mean, he can put up 6 on them easy. Mahomes is the MVP, even though he has lost. I mean,
Tom Brady beat Mahomes. Just saying.
Ben Roethlisberger beat Tom Brady.
Good take.
I didn't pick Tom Brady.
Come on, man.
I didn't pick Tom Brady.
So it's Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, I'm talking about Drew Brees.
Why isn't Dak Prescott your MVP if he beat Drew Brees?
Because he's not Dak Prescott. You can't come on, man. You can't put him on the same. You can't put him on the same level. It's like you're trying to put Smush Parker and Kobe Bryant together. Come on.
Moving on, guys. We got 2 more weeks of football, so we'll just see what happens. But I want to talk some NBA real quick. We have the King in town. And the Lakers are looking pretty good while he's playing. But when LeBron doesn't play too well, the Lakers don't seem to have it all together. Fredo, what's your take on LeBron without the Lakers without LeBron?
What do you mean the Lakers without LeBron?
How can the Lakers play without LeBron?
Did you not watch yesterday's game?
Yeah, if you paid attention to last night's game and paid attention to every game throughout the season, the best player that's been the best player for the Lakers was absent, JaVale McGee. Without JaVale McGee, there is no center presence. You cannot stop anything. Did you see what John Wall did? John Wall scored 40 points on driving by, and there's nobody protecting the rim. Have you seen what JaVale McGee has been doing? Protecting the rim, protecting that middle hole. Without JaVale McGee, that's it.
Wow. Is that a call? McGee, the second best Laker?
Wow. No, I'm not saying he's the best overall player, but the most important player because he's the only one that actually plays the defense in the middle. I mean, without Tyson Chandler, without JaVale McGee, there's nothing else you can do down there.
Wow.
Lou up. What you got?
If we are in a state, if the Lakers are in a state where JaVale McGee is the missing piece, we're in trouble,
attention,
bro. Like, if that's who we're missing, if that's
averaging 17 points a game, averaging 3 blocks per game, averaging about 9 to 10 rebounds a game, he's a key player for the Lakers.
We're just going to be talking to each other. I thought
no,
we were having a civil debate.
You got to give him his point.
We're having a civil debate here.
Order.
I got a lot of truth, but I'm just spitting. I hope he can handle it.
Let him say his piece. Lou up, 15 seconds.
So, yeah.
Give him a minute. He might need a minute.
I don't need a minute. The young guys. The young guys need to step it up. When LeBron came to the Lakers, he knew he was coming because he was going to play with Ingram, with Kuzma, with Hart, with Ball. You look at last night's game, none of them stepped up. You had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope leading the team with 25 points on 9 for 12 shooting. He's not going to do that every game because he doesn't get those minutes every game. He got them because the young guys were playing terribly. And if Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is your number 2 guy on this squad, we're going to lose to squads like the Wizards who 2 weeks ago looked like they were trading everybody off their squad. And all of a sudden they come in and they make us look like like the Clippers for real. Yeah. Were they playing the Clippers or were they playing the Lakers, you know? And this guy we're talking about, JaVale McGee, shacking a fool, my God.
Hey, you know what? I'm just saying, if you have not been watching the Lakers, you don't know how important JaVale McGee is to that squad. Just saying.
All right.
On the back-to-back coming from Charlotte,
nice role player to have.
That's what happens.
I want to ask one more NBA question before we move on to MLB. Guys, who's
wait, don't even mention the MLB. You can't
hold on a second.
The MLB
we'll get into that later. But who is not the best, who is the hottest team in the NBA right now?
Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets.
Explain your case.
Look at the injuries they have.
Explain it.
What?
Explain it. Go ahead.
Explain it. Let's see. Will Barton's out. Gary Harris is out. They're down Paul Millsap. I'm missing another one. Who else is there?
They're down Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas still hasn't come back. They've beaten the Raptors 2 times this month. They've beaten the Thunder just this past week.
Without no Kawhi in it.
Huh?
No Kawhi in it.
Didn't the Lakers lose to the Raptors without Kawhi?
No, I'm saying Denver.
Denver. But we lost to Toronto without Kawhi, right? We got smashed by Toronto. So that truth logic right there. You see how sometimes you can't be using that. Logic? You can't just do that.
You're saying that the Nuggets.
Finish your point.
If you look at the numbers and the truth, really facts are the most truthful thing we have. Look at the numbers. Look who they've beaten. Look who they're missing, and look who when they get back at 100%. The Nuggets. The Nuggets right now are playing the best basketball.
What you got, Fredo?
Man, the best basketball so far over the past couple of weeks has been the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics had a very rough start of the year. They started off very bad. You didn't know who the hell they were when they started. But over the past 2 weeks, I mean, they're 8-2. They're defeating very good teams, staying in touch. Well, they've been beating some very good teams. I can't remember. For example, let's go back. I don't have it right in my head.
How do you know they're very good teams? They play
because I saw the record. I saw they're 8-2 over the last 10. I've been seeing them winning.
They play in the East, though.
So what? They got Kawhi. They got you got the Sixers. So you got Jimmy Butler in the East.
They're playing the Pistons and the not bad.
But the Boston Celtics have been hot over the past couple of weeks, and as everybody says, Boston is the best team in the East. And
in the East, definitely, I agree with that. In the East, yes,
they're the best team in the East, but they are the hottest right now.
Good takes, guys. Good takes. We are going to come back soon, but I want to ask you guys one more question about the MLB real quick before we wrap up this debate. Guys, the Dodgers have been kind of throwing around money trying to solve their problems in the offseason. What's your take?
Man, this is what the Dodgers are going to do. They're going to throw all this money. Right now they're looking at Bryce Harper, another left-handed bat. Gee, what a surprise. You sign Bryce Harper, you're not getting Puig back, which means you're left with Justin Turner as the best right-handed bat. And then after that, Kike Hernandez, I think, is your best right-handed bat. So I'm loving it. Let them spend all this money, let him get his hopes up, and let them get to the World Series next year and lose to a team that is resoundingly better than they are.
The truth. What you got?
That's the truth.
No, that is not the truth. That's coming from a salty Arizona Diamondback fan who has not won anything. So
I've seen. Wait,
is it my time or your time?
Give me time.
My time?
You got 30 seconds here.
So,
what you got?
Let me just go ahead and say, I understand that people around the league want to go hate on the team that's spending the money. I mean, you always want to hate on the rich. When you're a team down there in Arizona, which, you are in Phoenix, you have somewhat of a team, but you're selling out your whole team right now. I mean, the GM there sold out Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah, you're poor down there. Yeah, you're trying to keep up with the rich up here in LA, which, we're spending a lot of good money.
We're not.
So, give me a second. Give me a second. So, yeah, we've been, won the division 6 years in a row. We won the division 6 years in a row. Thank you for
You got a ring for that? You got a ring for that?
No, we did not get a ring. No, but we do have trophies, National League championships.
Those are nice.
They are very nice.
You ever seen your team win the World Series?
Can I finish my thought real quick? So we did make it to the playoffs. We made it to the World Series twice.
2 years in a row.
Go Dodgers.
Yeah, we get some great Dodger dogs while you're there watching the game.
$15.
You want to go ahead and bring in Bryce Harper and say that we're adding another left-hand bat into our lineup. But one thing that you got to realize, which you brought up, do you want to talk about stats? Stats talk the truth. If you look at his numbers, he hits better against right-handed pitchers and left-handed pitchers than anybody else in the team.
Right.
And if you look, and you're saying, your best right-handed hitter is Kike Hernandez. Hernandez. Wait a second. Kike Hernandez is not even our best right-handed batter.
Second behind Turner, I said.
Behind Turner. Do you even know the Dodger roster?
I looked at it. Take Puig out because if they sign Harper,
why take Puig out?
Because if they sign Harper, they're not going to be able to keep Puig.
We're not even there. We're talking about the best hitters right now.
Each other's families.
You can't be eliminating my right-handed batter.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Eliminating my batters or shooting the Dodgers?
If you want to chime in and let us know who won this debate, please give us a call at 323-293-3375. We will be back here on Sports Collective TV with much more. Stay tuned.
I'm all in his head right now.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your health care. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Welcome back to Sports Collective TV. Thank you for watching the highly anticipated debate between your boy Fredo the Truth and my man Lou Wop over here.
Yeah,
before we get into some football talk, I want to ask the crew on deck here, who won the debate, guys?
The mediators suck.
The mediator, I think he takes a lot.
So that means the debate has to go again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I didn't get. I was getting like a minute.
I think the Cali puts worse than the mediator does.
It's not my fault if you guys play dirty. My own bell. It's not my fault.
He might have been a little biased.
I gotta get my job back.
He got caught up in it. He was listening.
He was like, "Wait, what?"
Who won though? Who won out of the two?
They got to be a new debate because it got to be fair. It's got to be fair.
See, I didn't even get as much time to talk. The Truth was rambling and
I mean, you do need more time than me, so I'll give you more time than you can.
Ranting.
When you get in a tussle on the playground, it's not really about who's fair, what's happening. This is about you two going at it.
No, wait. Okay,
so cage match. I know the cage match.
I thought we were getting dirty here.
Before we move on,
here's a kid from Switzerland talking about the kids getting a tussle. Tussle? No, this is America. We don't get in tussle.
For real.
We get a fist fight. We were having tea and crumpets, and he came and had a tussle.
Hey, I think it was 50-50.
50-50?
Fredo came with the football, and then Luop, came with a little bit of baseball, but it definitely has to be a rerun.
No, it will. I just want to do it once the season ends because I know what I say is going to happen. And I'm confident because it's happened against Luop.
Stick to a team, though.
So what happens is that if you watch, Luop chews his gum a little faster when he gets upset. And Fredo turns a whole different color. I've never seen a Spanish dude turn colors. That dude turned colors.
I'm just sitting, waiting, so then I'll fire back. But, it's great all the time having Lou up here because, we've always been, ever since we met, and we always had this thing together. But it's always, it's good because he's a Diamondback fan. I'm a Dodger fan. Let you know what's better.
I've seen my team win a championship. He hasn't. So
Wait a second. Let me ask something. Wait, you just asked me how old did I ever see? How old were you when the Diamondbacks won?
See, that was 2001. Remember September 11th?
I remember that. But how old were you?
I would have been.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
I watched it.
I watched that. Did not watch that.
But how old were you? How old?
Baby
13?
bottle
13.
Come on, 13. Come on. You gotta go on YouTube. You gotta go on YouTube and look up 1988 World Series. Get a little excited and stuff.
There's an earthquake that year.
Come on, man. I watched it with my own eyes. September 11th.
Hey,
George Bush throwing out the first pitch. The whole country wanting the Yankees to win it, for the first time. And my squad beat the Yankees in one of the greatest World Series. Come on, man.
That's cute. That's cute.
All you know is heartbreak.
All right, so it can be. But let's move on, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on. We got to go ahead and let everybody else enjoy this. So let's talk about some football. What happened last night at the Coliseum? The Rams got taken down by the Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you a Rams fan?
You are? Wait, American. Okay. So let's go ahead and touch a little bit on the Rams real quick. I know we got some Rams fans. Oscar, man, and I told you guys. Jared Goff in Chicago last Sunday, he just kind of he froze in Chicago. It was very cold down there. Last night it was kind of cold here. It was about 45, 50.
It's very cold in Chicago.
Well, it is cold in Chicago.
It's hot in L.A.
No, it's not.
It's wet in water.
Hey, last night in here, it was about 45 last night. It was 45 last night here in L.A.
For Californians, that's cold.
That's cold. But in Chicago, we're about 22. We're about 22 last Sunday. So the weather, is it a big factor for Jared Goff?
I think they're just making an adjustment. It's a learning process.
What? That sounds political.
It is. It is. Hold on.
You sound like Sean McVay talking.
When you start off the season so well and you don't lose, there has to be learning opportunities. This is it right here. We'll see how Gurley comes out of this injury. I'd rather them get losses right now than...
They got beat on running game. You know what I'm saying? And that just says a lot about their defense. Either their defense is tired. Come on, let's just call it what it is.
No, it is. Dominic Zoo hasn't shown up.
They got beat on the running game. And really two good coaches, and those guys really played. I mean, you can't discredit any team. right now. You know, you can't really say it's a learning, but it's more so that they just got beat.
Rams.
Yeah, of course.
So there's two things. When you double Donald, the defense ain't got nothing. Donald is the guy. You hold him down, you know, it's a free reign. And then the O-line for the Rams, just trash.
Broke down?
Yeah, just straight up in the middle. You hit Goff twice, he's done. So that's the thing. You hit Goff and
you ain't no hope. Him out of his game?
Yep, he's done. You hit him in the mouth.
Well, I mean, Goff had a horrible game. Let's put it that. He's been playing really
That's 3
bad
weeks
recently.
in a row.
Yeah,
3 weeks
so
in a
he's
row.
had a bad stretch. But what it really came down to in last night's game was to not fair catch that kickoff
The
return.
fumble.
They did everything to get the ball back. Had enough time. Had a good shot at winning the game.
And he 4-3. He should have caught that and took off.
The air caused the fumble.
You think so? Was it the air?
The air caused the fumble.
Remind you, he didn't even get touched.
Man, I started cracking up laughing when that happened. I was cracking up.
Nervous?
Hey, he cost us some gelato.
I know, seriously.
He had that look in his face like, I'm going to get my ass whooped. When they get in the locker room, they go whoop my ass.
I have a question.
it's crazy.
Are the Rams still the best team in LA? Or are the Chargers who just beat the Chiefs and looked that was a ballsy call. That's a man
In
right
Kansas City. In Kansas City.
You go for 2? That's a man right there. That coach has all of his players confident. Like they're all behind him right now.
There's not a team playing better than the
the
Chargers.
Chargers right now, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
but
the
to have
team in LA.
two good teams playing really good in LA.
It's sad what's going on in LA. They can't fill out that. They can't fill that stuff-up center though. They got no support, right?
Well, they should have stayed in San Diego.
They should. They legit.
Well, the funny part about it is that the whole politics on that, they were Comic-Con, which is in that they were getting more people come to Comic-Con than they would actually get people to get tickets to come see the Chargers. So that's kind of why they had to leave. And then now they're at a Stocker Stadium and they still can't fill it. So maybe they could play at the Staples. I don't know.
Maybe indoors.
I don't know what's next.
There goes their dome. But I mean, yeah. So that's what happened with the Rams last night. Let's go ahead and touch a little bit on the last topic here with the two Pittsburgh fans. Pittsburgh finally beat Tom Brady. I mean, I don't know when was the last time you guys defeated Tom Brady. 2011. Wow, it's been quite a while. What
people put wagers on?
Yeah, because that was a win. That was it.
Yeah, you're watching, huh?
People put some wagers on that game.
Yeah,
too.
there was a guy that was the Steelers fan bet against the Steelers and lost like 11 grand.
Wow. So
Tom Brady's supposed to get money against the Steelers.
Americans, let me ask you a question. You're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. How excited were you for that win yesterday?
Pretty good, just because I don't like Tom Brady.
I second you on that.
But the girl, so you know that's interesting because he said he was from St. Louis. So we all about loyalty around here. So if you're from St. Louis, how did the whole Pittsburgh thing come to play?
Well, that came about because my little brother's a big AB fan. So my little brother, you know, roll with. That's what I roll with.
Okay,
Cool.
You get a pass.
All right, so that seems to be a wrap here at Sports Collective TV. What an amazing show we had here today with America's finally 2 years in the making. Finally joined us. Don Shear, you know, the big, you know, look at that nice jacket though. Look at that Laker jacket. We got 2 more coming
next week.
You know, we got Cali Sportsman back from the Bay Area here in studio. Big L, Luop,
Let's go
Oscar,
Raiders.
myself, Fredo Cervantes, and we'll be back with you guys. We'll be out for 2 weeks, correct? Out for 2 weeks, Christmas break, New Year's. We'll be back in 2019 better than ever.
Playoffs, baby.
That's
Rams
right.
playing the Cardinals.
Hey,
Bring it
go
down.
ahead. Woo!
We're ready for football. Bryant jump shot. Puts it in.